Hi, I'm XCon, aka Garth, and this is going to be sort of a tutorial video on how to do live run tasing in SSX, or in any other game for that matter. For the sake of this demonstration, we're going to do it on SSX3. For some reason it does not work on SSX Tricky for me, probably because I'm using an outdated version of Dolphin, and I've heard that some games do not work with this live tasing. On this version of Dolphin I use 4.0, but there is 5.0 now, so it most likely works on that. This is only going to be a tutorial for Dolphin. I have not used PCSX, so I do not know how that program works. So with that being said, we're going to do the shortest race in the game, which is Thrown Wormhole Race. So what you want to do first is that when you're in a good position to start the tool-assisted movie, like let's pick this spot. So you're going to go over to the Dolphin window here and hit movie and start recording input. Right after you do that, hit a save state. Preferably save state 1 for the sake of this demonstration. So we've been sitting here for a little while, so we're going to reload that save state, and you'll notice that the input counter at the top of the bar is ticking up. It is always recording input each second go by. So when I reload that save state, it will go back to what I saved it on, which is roughly input 550. So if we were to reload and then start off and then hit a second save state, preferably save state 2. So you want to leave the save state 1 as a backup to play back the entire movie that you just recorded. So now we're going to load save state 2 because that has the saved and stored input. So we're just going to do something easy. And then right there, I like to do save state 3 because I like to alternate between save states 2 and 3 as I progress throughout a race when I'm making a task. Because if I just use one save state, then sometimes some inputs will mess up, so it screws up the whole race or screws up the whole movie, so it starts playing random inputs that you didn't want to do. So we're going to load save state 3 that I just did right there, and we're going to do the wormhole. Just keep loading the third save state. And then you get in the wormhole. And then during this, we're going to do save state 2. You want to keep alternating between the save state 2 and 3, like I already said, so you can progress. So it will store your inputs. Do not save over the first slot that you originally did on, because you need to keep that backup to, like I've already said, replay the whole movie back. Okay. So now leave the wormhole. Put an extra save state on slot 3 for good measure. So there you go, you let the finish go by, skip it, see that? So after all that, to end the movie, you want to go over to the movie tab again and hit export recording. And I just pick a file, like I just have a file for task stuff, and you just name it something accordingly like you want, like I don't know, Throne Race. After that is done, after that is saved, hit save state 4 and then close the game, and then also name the backup file, just something random, and then reopen, go to the movie file or movie folder and play input recording and click on what you originally had just saved. Now normally it'd give you a warning, but you hit save state 1. Sometimes it doesn't work, but there you go. Now it plays back the whole video, plays back all your inputs. Now you can combine this with stuff like playing the game at like slow speed and then you can play the movie back in 100% speed. So you can combine it with like really crazy optimization and whatnot. So let the movie play out. Because that's kind of how live tasking works. If you have multiple saves going on, they kind of interlock with the original save that you had put down, if that makes any sense. Like 2 and 3 will have their inputs carry over to slot 1 that you originally started the movie on. So let the movie play out. Finish like it did before. And whatnot. And then the game will freeze because that's where you had stopped the movie. Like it's counting up to that amount of frames. Like I had a long pause here. So it should end right there. So it says movie end at the top and the game freezes. So now why I said save your slot on save state 4. Now you're going to reload that, and it will give you a warning saying that you loaded the save after the end of the movie, but you hit OK, and then you hit play on the game, and it brings you to the normal game. Like it's not recording any inputs at the top. So there you go. That's how you do live tasking.